Three strange events from inside the camera. First, I am Lena. One day, we wanted to go out on a trip. We told everyone, and everyone thought we wanted to go on Tuesday. My husband is an accountant for a very large company. That day, when we wanted to go, he had a lot of work and we couldn't leave. I was sleeping alone that night. It was 3 o'clock in the morning when our alarm rang. I was scared and got out of bed. I saw a man with a mask on his face standing in front of me. He was at the door, ringing his iPhone. I was terrified, so I didn't open the door. I stayed there to see what he was doing. After ringing the doorbell 20 times, he went to his car and brought some tools, like digging tools. He started digging in front of our door, and I was petrified. He didn't seem to be paying attention to me, though. I was curious to see what he was doing. He dug up a snake, and at that moment, a dog barked from behind. The man wasn't afraid at all. He killed the snake and let the dog run away. I couldn't believe it. I'm so scared of snakes that I am terrified. He continued digging, and he was really going at it. I wanted to call the police because he was digging so much that I could no longer see his face. I thought someone might have told him there was a treasure buried in front of our house. I don't know if it's true. Just as he was digging, someone came up behind him and poured dirt on his head. They wanted to bury him. I quickly called the police because I was so scared. I couldn't speak until the dirt was all over him, and then the police arrived. I didn't know this man, but for some reason, he saved the man who was digging. He helped the man up. It was so strange. I was terrified. I called my husband and he came home. It was unbelievable, but the night finally passed. The second story. It was Wednesday afternoon and I had just moved to my new house. And I didn't have any children, so I had to live alone. I was 28 years old and many people were trying to be friends with me, so I decided to move to an apartment that had many cameras installed inside and outside the house. Every night as I went to sleep, I felt like someone was sexually assaulting me, but when I woke up in the morning, I thought it was just a dream. As days passed, this feeling intensified. Since my sleep was heavy, I was unable to wake up at night to check what was happening. My days were peaceful, but my nights were terrifying. I finally told myself to check the cameras, thinking maybe something would be revealed. Unable to do it alone, I called my brother. Together, we watched the footage and discovered that every night, a man would enter the house in a strange way and assault me. I couldn't believe it. We were both terrified. We decided to confront the man who was sneaking into the house. We offered him help and he accepted. The man, with his face covered, was apprehended by the police. He turned out to be an 18-year-old boy, the son of our neighbor. He broke down in tears. I asked the police not to inform his family and made him promise not to talk about it with anyone or repeat such actions. Moved into an old house located in a remote area. She was dazzled by the beauty and tranquility of this place, but over time, she began to experience frightening events. In a cold and dark night, the young woman accidentally discovered a hidden camera in one of the rooms of the house. She was worried and decided to see what the camera had recorded. When she saw the recorded video, she was horrified. In the picture, she saw herself sleeping in the room, but the strangest thing was that an unknown person was behind the wall of the room and was approaching her. The young woman screamed in fear and tried to access the camera device. But Badlash could not turn off the camera. She immediately ran away from the house and informed the police immediately. After a thorough investigation, the police discovered that a serial killer had been sneaking into the house and using hidden cameras to monitor the young woman's movements. This frightening experience was always with the young woman, even after the arrest of the murderer.